Division of polynomial p by another polynomial q is written in the form p divided by q, where p and q are two polynomials. This can also be written in the form p multiplied by 1 over q. Because division is not a basic operation in mathematics, it's a reciprocal operation of multiplication. Therefore, division can be converted into multiplication as long as we reciprocate the dividing polynomial. And this can also be written in the form p divided by q. So whichever way we express, we only mean the division. So let's do an example where one polynomial is being divided by another polynomial, and here our p is equal to minus 4x power 4 and q is equal to minus 2x square. Now p divided by q, if we divide p by q, this would mean minus 4x power 4 divided by minus 2x square. Remember, in division of polynomials, especially in monomials, when we are dividing, we are basically dividing sign by sign, number by number, and variable with variable. So negative divided by negative, the answer is always positive. We don't have to write, but if we do write, that's okay as well. And we have written the rules of division here in the yellow side. Here it's when two same signs divide, the answer is always positive. When two opposite signs divide, the answer is always negative. So the rule is pretty simple. And now 4 divided by 2, that will give the answer 2. And x4 divided by x square, we remember from the laws of exponents that when two similar types of variables divide, x power m divided by x power n, if two similar variables divide, their quotients can be subtracted. So this is m minus n. So following that rule, this would become x4 minus 2. This would give us 2x square. So this is how we divide one monomial by another monomial. And let's do one more question here. And here it's 25x square y divided by 5x y. Now both the numerator and the denominator both have positive sign, which we didn't write, and we don't write positive signs. We only write negative signs if there are negative signs. So we can see that when positive is divided by positive, the answer is positive, so we don't need to write the positive in the answer as well. And 25 divided by 5, the answer is 5. And x power 2 minus 1, because here power is 1, and we can subtract this 1 from the power 2 of x in the numerator. And similarly y, and in the numerator y power have 1, and from the denominator this can get cancelled, but if we write it this way, that we'll get the same answer anyways. This will give us 5x power 1 y power 0, which means anything power 0 is 1. So 5x, and we don't write 1 because 1 multiplied by x will always be equal to x. Therefore, this is the answer. Let's do another question here. And now we are not going to use monomial, rather we are going to use a trinomial in the numerator and a monomial in the denominator. So now let's do this. 4x square minus 2x plus 3 divided by minus 2x. And this time, because there are 3 terms in the polynomial in the numerator, therefore we are going to use a strategy. This minus 2x is a common denominator to all of the terms in the polynomial in the numerator. Therefore, we divide 4x square by minus 2x and then minus this minus, and then 2x over minus 2x, and then this plus sign here, plus 3 over whatever is in the denominator, that is minus 2x. See, we have divided the monomial in the denominator by every term in the numerator. Therefore, we now have the same case as if we are dividing a monomial by another monomial. So here it's a positive sign. Positive divided by negative, answer is negative. Opposite signs divide, answer is negative. 4 divided by 2, answer is 2. X squared divided by x power 1, that's x power 2 minus 1. And negative divided by negative, the answer is positive, because 2 similar signs divide, answer is always positive. And 2 divided by 2, answer is 1. We don't need to write, but let's write it anyways. X gets cancelled with x, or otherwise we can write 1 minus 1, and plus divided by negative, that will result in negative sign, because opposite signs divide, the answer is always negative. And 3 divided by 2, they don't really go, that's why we write 2x here, and this way we get minus 2x power 2 minus 1 will give us x power 1. We don't really write 1 in the exponent, and plus 1 x power 0, which is 1. We don't write 1. So minus 3 over 2x. So this is what is called the quotient, the whole which doesn't have any denominator. This is the quotient, and Q-O-T-I-E-N-T, quotient. And in fact, we are going to do the same question by using another method, which is called long division, and that's very, very helpful, and we ultimately have to learn. So let's get started with that method. So long division. In long division, let's write down the numerator. The denominator is 4x square minus 2x plus 3, and write the denominator outside and put this sign of division around the numerator, and then write minus 2x. Like we have already established the fact that we are going to divide sign with sign, number with number, and variable with variable. Here, this is the tricky part. Here, what is the sign? If there is no sign, then there is a positive sign. If it was negative here. Now, you can see that there is a negative outside here. and there is a positive inside the division sign. So this negative should be multiplied with what to get the positive answer? We know that similar signs result when on multiplication result in addition, and opposite signs result in minus. So this minus sign here multiplied by this minus sign here will result in the answer positive sign. Therefore, negative times negative will result positive. 2 should be multiplied with what to get the answer 4. Now number with number. 2 times what is equal to 4? 2 times 2 is equal to 4. So this is 4, and x should be multiplied with what to get x square? X obviously should multiplied with x to get x square. So here is x square. We needed this term here exactly, and now we subtract, and for subtraction we know that we are going to change the sign and then cross it over and take down whatever is remainder, and we didn't write x here. And now bring down this minus 2x plus 3, and now let's take a look on this number here. We want to make this number out of this number. What should we multiply with minus 2x in order to get minus 2x? Obviously, it is same, so multiplicative identity will do. So plus 1 minus 2x times plus 1 is equal to minus 2x. And that's it. And again, we draw the line, we change the sign, cross it over, and plus 3. And now you can see the degree of this plus 3 is less than degree of the divisor, which is minus 2x. And we can leave this at this stage, and we are going to notice few things here. This number which has a degree less than the divisor, this is called remainder. And this part is called quotient. O-T-I-E-N-T, quotient. And this part here, this is called the divisor. And here, this is the polynomial which was originally being divided, and this could be called, if we call this, this is called dividend, but if we call this as p, the polynomial which was being divided, and we call this which was the divisor q, it means p divided by q resulted in the quotient Q-U-O-T-I-E-N-T, quotient, plus remainder divided by the divisor, which is q again. So here we can write it like this. It might seem a little bit difficult you for the first time, but when you practice it will be easier. Let's do it another question here. And for this time, let's try a polynomial with a polynomial. So x square plus x minus 6 divided by x minus 2. So this time again we are going to use the long division. So x square plus x minus 6 inside the dividend, and then put a division sign write the divisor, which is x minus 2, and now identify that this we want to make this out of this number. What should we multiply x? We should multiply with what in order to get the inside term, which is x square? Obviously the answer is x, because x times x is equal to x square. So therefore we write x here, and x times x is here x square. But whatever we multiplied this x with, we also have to multiply this minus 2 with the same number. Now minus 2 times x would result in minus 2 times x would result as minus 2x. Therefore we are going to write that minus 2x under the term where x appears like similar like term. So this is minus 2x here, and now for subtracting, change the signs, and this take away x square, take away x square will give us 0, and x plus 2x now will give us 3x, and then take that 6 down, this is minus 6. Now what should we multiply this x in order to get 3x? X should be multiplied with what to get 3x? This is plus 3. This is plus 3 here. So plus 3, and now x multiplied by 3 will give us 3x, and because we multiplied x with plus 3, now we are going to multiply this minus 2 with the same number. Minus 2 times plus 3 will give us minus 6. And if we change the signs here and we see that 3x take away 3x cancels out. Minus 6 cancels out with plus 6. So this gives us the remainder 0. This tells us that x minus 2 can be completely or evenly divided by x square plus x minus 6 can be evenly divided by x minus 2. Here the remainder is what? Remainder is equal to 0, and quotient is equal to x plus 3 when x square plus x minus 6 is divided by x minus 2. So x minus 2 evenly divides x square plus x minus 6 only when we get the remainder 0. Now let's take a look on another question. And in another question we have a question which says question example, what should be added? The question is, what should be added to 4x cube minus 10x square plus 12x plus 6 so that it becomes exactly divisible, so that it becomes exactly divisible by 2x plus 1. Now if this 4x cubed minus 10x squared plus 12x plus 6 is exactly divisible by 2x plus 1, what should be the remainder? The remainder should be equal to 0, like we have seen in the previous question. So let's divide this 4x cubed minus 10x squared plus 12x plus 6 by 2x plus 1 and see what is the remainder. Four x cubed minus 10x squared plus 12x plus 6, put the division sign, and then 2x plus 1. And what is the number that we should multiply 2x with in order to get 4x cubed? Like you can do it here. 2x multiplied with what to get the answer? 4x cubed. Clearly 2 should be multiplied with 2 and x should be multiplied with x squared. So the answer here is 2x squared. 2x squared times 2x will give exactly 4x cubed. But whatever we multiplied 2x with, we have to multiply this plus 1 with the same number. So plus 1 times 2x squared would give us plus 2x squared, and we should look for the term which involves x squared and should write this just below that term. So this is plus 2x squared. You can see that I've aligned x squared vertically so that I can add them up. Now draw the line, change the signs, and then take away 4x squared cubed from 4x cubed. What leaves us behind is minus 10x squared and minus 2x squared. Both are similar signs, so this will give us minus 12x squared. And then bring down these guys here. This will give us plus 12x plus 6. And now what should we multiply 2x with? 2x with what to get the answer? Minus 12x squared. This time we need minus 12x squared. So obviously there is a positive sign outside. Positive times negative will give us answer negative. So we are going to get minus 6, because 2 times 6 is give minus 6. So that 2 times 6 will give us 12. And now x time what should give us x squared? That should be x. So this is minus 12x squared. And because we multiply 1 with the same number, plus 1 times minus 6x will give us minus 6x. And I am going to align both the terms which involve x. And now change the signs here. This will cancel out, and plus 12x, and this will be plus 6x now. And 12x and 6x will become 18x. 18x and plus 6. Now you see 2x should be multiplied with what to get the answer 18x. We can multiply 2 with 9, and because the answer is the x and x is what we want, so we don't need to involve any variable. So plus 9 would be the number. This will 2x times 9 will give us 18x. 18x, and plus 1 time 9 would give us plus 9, and when we subtract, what we get in the answer is minus 3 here. See, if 2x plus 1 was to evenly divide 4x cubed minus 10x squared plus 12x plus 6, we should have got the remainder 0, but we have got the remainder minus 3. So if we add plus 3 to this expression, we can certainly get the remainder 0. So therefore we say if plus 3 is added to expression two x plus 1 will evenly divide that 4x cube minus 10x squared plus 12x plus 6. And let's do one more question. And this time we need the product of two polynomials is the product. Okay, example. Product of two polynomials is given 6y cube minus 11y squared plus 6y minus 1. If one polynomial is is 3y squared minus 4y plus 1, find the other polynomial. Find the other polynomial. Now if one polynomial was solution, if one polynomial was p and the other polynomial was q and we took their product, this is equal to what we got as their product. Now if we divide one of them, like if the product is divided by p, then we should be able to get the other polynomial. Therefore, we are going to divide 6y cube minus 11y squared plus 6y minus 1. We will divide this by the other polynomial, which is 3y squared minus 4y plus 1, and by complete division whatever quotient we'll get, that will be the second polynomial. So here this was 6y cube. All right, so what should we multiply 3y squared? 3y squared should be multiplied with what in order to get this 6y cube? 6y cube. Sign with sign, number with number, and variable with variable. If you do it in pieces, you'll be a lot easier. Here, positive sign, what we want to get is positive sign. Obviously, we need a positive sign to multiply it with. So there is positive, and 3 should be multiplied with 2 to get 6. So plus 2, and then y squared can be multiplied with y to get y cube. So 2y is the required number that we can multiply it with, in order to get 6y cube. But whatever we multiplied 3y square with, we have to multiply minus 4y and plus 1 both with the same number. So minus 4y times 2y, here minus 4y times plus 2y, that should give us minus 8y squared. So that would be written under term which involves y squared, and then plus 1 should also be multiplied with plus 2y, that would give us plus 2y. And now change the signs, minus plus minus, and this will cancel out, and minus 11y squared plus 8y squared will give us minus 3y squared, and plus 6y minus 2y will give us plus 4y and minus 1. This guy has to come down. And again we take a look. What is that we want? We want minus 3y squared. What is that we have? We have 3y squared here. And what should we multiply this in order to get minus 3y? Minus 1. That's it. Minus 1. Because here it's a positive sign, what we want is negative, so we require negative in order to make it negative. And because 3 has to be the answer and we have 3, so 1 is good enough. Y squared, we don't need anything else to multiply with. So our number is minus 1. Let's multiply 3y squared with minus 1. So 3y squared minus time minus 1 will give us minus 3y squared, and minus 4y time minus 1 will give us plus 4y, and plus 1 time minus 1 would give us minus 1, and we got to change the signs here, positive, negative, positive, and you can see all of them get cancelled, giving us the remainder 0. Therefore, the other polynomial was 2y minus 1. So, and what was the name of that polynomial? Q. So, the other polynomial Q. So, the other polynomial Q is equal to 2y minus 1. Is 2y minus 1. Now one question I'm going to give you for your practice, and that you can try at home and then ask me the answer for this. Question example. For what value of p the polynomial 3x cube minus 7x squared minus 9x plus p becomes exactly divisible by x minus 3. Now I will give you a hint. As you have seen in the previous questions, that when this has to be completely divisible by x minus 3, if this polynomial is completely divisible by x minus 3, then what should be the remainder? Whenever there is an even division, like a complete division, the remainder must be equal to 0. Therefore, the hint is that you divide 3x cube minus 7x squared minus 9x plus p and divide it by x minus 3, and whatever remainder you get, if you put that remainder equal to 0, that should give you the value of p. So I'm going to write down that hint here. Whatever remainder you get, put it equal to 0 and get the value for p.